Okay, so last week I left you in the last episode, not last week because this is months ago now. But I left you. I was in Yorkshireman port and I didn't have long, and I had to head back out to anchor after having the disaster at anchor the last time. I had to go back out to anchor, knowing the weather was going to be really windy, and knowing I hadn't had enough time to get the stuff fixed, and I was going to have to just go out. And the wind was due to be bad for like not just one night or 2 nights. It was a solid couple of nights where I didn't know how bad it was going to be. It's not something I wanted to go anchoring. This episode's going to be, it could be longer, but I didn't want to make it longer, so I'm going to have to get this into two episodes. So yeah, when it says to be continued at the end, that was just the best place I could cut it, and I will probably upload part 2, I guess, but it will just be then a new episode in the next few days. And in real time there's a heat wave, so if you wonder why I look like I've half melted, it's so hot. Like, it was 38 degrees at 9 o'clock this morning, so now it's midday, you can only imagine. But yeah, I'll get to the episode just quickly because I won't fit in at the end of the episode now. I will touch back on that Antibes episode in an upcoming episode because I feel like I told half a story and I do want to tell the whole story. So I will get to that soon. But yeah, hope you enjoy the episode, and yeah, thanks for watching. Alright, so we're just getting ready to go to anchor. We're just, getting all the stuff ready so that I've got about 6 trips to the bins to do. Been to the shop, bought enough supplies, so even if I've got to be out there for 20 days, I will survive. Might not be the nicest idea of surviving, but I will survive. So what we're going to do is to cap the Antibes, because the wind's coming in this way and this is fairly cliffy, hilly, so if we're behind here we should be safe from there. And then you've also got this little bit, so if the wind, you've just got a few options around here. So to show you up on windy, I'm not sure many sane people are going and anchoring, fairly unexperienced in 68. I mean, we might get out there and that little bay might just seem like really calm, but it's not going to stop all the wind, is it? So right, yeah, I need to get ready and go anyway because the port's going to come and start really kicking off soon, and hope we've made the right call. I haven't actually looked at that. I'm not sure it's a good idea. I guess we're going to have to work it out as we go along. Either way, I have to leave here this morning, and it's Wednesday, so we've got Thursday tonight, tomorrow, and it starts really on Friday, but it's Saturday that it gets really bad. So maybe we'll go over there and then explore if there's any options, and as well, once we're anchored, we can look at the landscape and see what we think. 68, I don't know if I've ever seen 68 before. Last year in Corsica there was some really big storms. You might have seen on the news, loads of sailboats got washed up on the beach and stuff, and loads of houses. I don't want to say it was a hurricane because I don't know factually if it was, but it weren't far off. I'm not sure what counts as a hurricane, probably a lot more than this, but 68, that's, I don't know how to put it. Here, when it's 30, it's windy, it's really, you feel it 30, when it starts gusting 34, it's not nice, but to be blowing 42 and gusting 68 as well. Right, some facts, because I'm just waffling on about how strong the wind is, and some people are probably watching thinking it's not that bad. So the first thing to point out back then was, that's I've never even been out on the boat if it was any more than 25, and I used to not anchor if it was more than 10. So straight away this was a bit scary. I'd not done it before, and I'm only imagining when I'm in a port and what that wind sounds like, and imagining what it would have been out at sea. So as a reference, we have Sailing for Dummies. We could use the Yachtmaster one, but we'll go with the dummy version. just because this is the one I probably used to look at. So, first of all, to convert the wind from kilometres to miles, 68, because we'll go off the gusts, because the gusts happen. So, you know, the steady blow is one thing, but here you find that the gusts, when it's gusting, it's a bit like the waves. It's not like one gust comes through and then it's quite a while until the next gust. It's like, and it stops. So that's what it's like here. So, you know, you can take into account just the constant breeze, but swell. Someone's obviously just passed by. Lose concentration when that happens. We'll just let it pass. I was just thinking how calm it had been in this anchor all morning. Anyway, we'll try persevere. So, what was I saying? So, to convert it, 68 kilometre gust, and we should really work off knots, and I am trying to start to do that anyway. But a 68 kilometre gust is around about 42 miles per hour or knots. So, that's not stopping. So yeah, if you go 42 miles per hour, here in front of me I have figuring out how windy it is, and it says in here, because I've just mentioned hurricane, and obviously I'm exaggerating a lot when I say hurricane, because a hurricane's obviously a hurricane, but just to make it a bit factual, a hurricane actually starts wind speed of 64 knots. So if we're doing 42, we're over halfway to a hurricane. So just to say what it was. But what's important is you have, so what did I say we are? 42. So 42 is a force 9 and a hurricane's force 12. So on this sailing guidebook, so a description of a force 9, wind from 41 to 47. So it's an early force 9, but still, when you've not been out on a boat in that before, and your only imagination of a wind like that is when you're in a port, and even in the port it's chaotic. So strong gale, high waves with dense foam streaks and some crests rolling over, spray reduces visibility. So obviously this is aimed at sailing, but we're still going to be out on the water. And a dummies fun meter on it is time to rent the movie The Perfect Storm and make some popcorn at home. So that's my reference when this wind's coming and I'm having to go out and anchor, and that's more than double anything I've ever anchored in before. So just for that bit of context, because I feel like when I'm watching it back it seems like I'm exaggerating, but that's what was forecast. Anyway, back to the video. As I say, I've got to leave here today anyway. The port are genuinely probably about to come kick off, so I need to quickly get ready to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get out, I'm going to just anchor up outside to buy me a bit of time and then get ready to go across. So for now I'm just making sure there's a note on the boat that I need not to be on the boat. The other issue I've got is the water in the dinghy. It's somehow got in the tubes. I can't get out right now, but it's just making the dinghy heavy, so it's going to slow me down. But as we saw, there's going to be like 10 knots of wind, so probably can get the sail up and move over there with a sail, although the wind was coming towards where we're going, so it always is, isn't it? So it'll be another battle trying to keep the boat pointing as close to the wind as I can with only the mainsail, because the Genoa's ripped still. But yeah, if I could I'd say it out in this port, but I can't, so I've got to do what I've got to do. When I first ever got a boat, I remember saying to myself, we just don't do out that's really unsafe. And here I am doing something that's really unsafe, and trust me, I aren't doing this for content. Like, it's not worth it. Like, if this boat washes up, if it comes loose on anchor over there, I'm gone, I'm on the land, do you know what I mean? And it's my everything I have is inside this boat, so we get over there and we see what options we've got. Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do. So we filled that with water. That might be a better solution to last time. I don't really like it. I'm gonna buy some water carriers. Ideally the tanks would work, but we can't drink that water anyway without cleaning the tanks. I just haven't got around to that yet either. But yeah, that's a bit of a better solution. At the front, just got to take a few bags of rubbish. Then I'm going to give the boat a bit of a rinse, and then I've got to try and reverse out, which I'm not looking forward to. I don't like reversing out, that's why I tend to reverse in. So I'm meant to on my way out return the shower fob. However, if I just go out, email them, say sorry, forgot to drop the shower fob off, I'll bring it back in when I pay, then I could it's an option for a hot shower not that far away from where I am. So I think I'm gonna just do that, to be honest. And there's me wondering why I keep getting banished from ports. Right, so we've sourced a phone, so that's done. Gonna have to leave. We are leaving a little bit unready, but didn't even get the washing up done. But we're just gonna get out the spot for now. Cleared the cockpit a little bit. My issues are, number one, how tight that is over there. I'll show you in a picture, which I'll draw a diagram of what I mean. But it's very easy for the boat to not turn, to just go backwards to get enough speed, and then it's really hard to get it turned. And then when you try to then get it in forwards, you end up like diagonally across there, and it's really difficult because you can see the boats, but then what you've also got to consider is the lines. Like if I came forwards onto that, my keel would get stuck on it, so it's just not easy. They should just make a bit more space to get out than they do, but they obviously try to get as many boats in as they can. If you look at all of these boats around me, you know, every one of them boats smaller, and even going up this way, sailboat wise, smaller. So, you know, like this one, I seen this come in this morning, it had like no shortage of like good engine power, but I just don't really. So yeah, it's not going to be easy to get out. I'm a bit worried about it. The other issue is the dinghy. I can't get to the back of the boat because there's water in the tubes. It's too heavy even if I deflated it to get it up onto the deck. So I'm just gonna have to hope it follows me well and doesn't get stuck on the other boat. I could really do with some help getting out on this one. It's just not going to be easy, but I'm on my own, so I'm going to have to find a way to do it. Check there's nothing that's going to fall overboard. Something I did nearly forget is I need to put the alternator back onto the starter battery. I nearly forgot that. Anyway, going to get that done, get the engine started, untie and pray. It should be all right. It's just once you do it, you're in the middle and you can't really do alt. And yeah, I can see, like I've just explained it anyway, but how little room there is between me and how far out that one chain is there. Like there's not even my boat length, and my boat's not going to straight away reverse as soon as I start doing it, and even if it did, it would be reversing off that. So it's just a nightmare really how they have it. Like my boat might just about fit in that channel touching the back, but as soon as I start going out, the boat's not going to quickly turn. And what you then have to do is put more revs, but that just takes you that way quicker, and it doesn't take long to get there. Like, let me tell you, I'll be there in seconds. But I can't even angle to there because then I'd catch my keel on that one there. It's bad how they do it, and I don't want to come and help them to get out either, so just I've been dreading this since I got in here. But anyway, I am insured. So I'm going to get the front untied and then we're going to give it a go. The wind started to pick up, so it's going to make it even harder. Emergency toilet roll. I love the netting on the front of that. That's a bowsprit. I called something else bowsprit earlier, like I'm wrong. That's a bowsprit in it, the stick that comes out. I would love one of them. One day I'm going to have a boat with a big bowsprit on the front with a net that I can like lie in. Not a catamaran though. It feels really strange to be heading out into a storm. It don't feel like the right thing to do. 100%, there's so many bits of walls that they could let you like stay at, but they don't. Anyway, I'm gonna stop going on about that. Should really try and get the I don't know how much money's on my card or how much fuel there's in the boat. We'll be able to get it in the dinghy if we need to. I feel like I looked at what the wind was this morning, and then I only then looked. I let it fast forward while I was looking to see what Saturday was like, and then I maybe didn't actually check the rest of today because it's definitely a bit windier out here than I anticipated. Yeah, you're on camera. You can stop now, but you could have stopped before. Hopefully I can bleep out what I call it. There's just no need, honestly. I was just about to say, it's a bit choppy. I was going to anchor just over there while I sorted out ready to sail over. But because it's going to be rocky and trying to get the anchoring over there, I'm just going to head over because we're not actually going that far, and with this amount of wind we should be able to get over there pretty easily. So what I'm going to do is just make sure I'm clear of the port. Before I put the sail up, I'm going to make sure I go move a few things because I thought it was going to be a lot lighter sail. I will check the wind and I'll attach what it is. I've just not got the app on the new to me phone yet, so but the glass kettle is balanced on top of the freezer, so I'm going to have to go sort that out. Otherwise, if I put the sail up, the boat's going to do this and everything's going to go flying. But the wind is coming from a nice direction. I reckon we're going to be able to get quite a nice sail over there and not have to use the little bit of diesel we've got. Although knowing this maybe is definitely no more than, I'd say definitely no more than 16. And it feels windy. I am terrified to think what 42 gusting 68 would feel like. And then yeah, where we're due to go, there's loads of super yachts. We was trying to escape them. It's a little bit tempting to just go be a bit of a pain in the ass over at the film festival and just anchor in a really annoying place, but I won't do that because if I don't get over there today, we're going to be in trouble. I forgot to show you before I set off the bags of shopping and stuff, but when I get to anchor, I'm going to show you how I'm going to survive for the next however many days on a really tight budget. So yeah.